McFadden, and I teach clarinet and saxophone lessons at REW Music. The best thing about teaching music lessons is being able to get to know all my students on a personal level. I began taking piano lessons when I was in 4th grade and then switched to clarinet lessons, and I know firsthand the importance of having a trusted adult that you can see every week and not only learn musical things from, but also share life with. And I counted on that a lot as I was growing up through middle and high school, and I am excited to be able to do that for my students and be able to be a trusted adult to them. You should take lessons with me because I take the time to get to know each of my students individually. One of the things that I do is get to know their learning styles, and there are so many different ways that we learn. There's visual, there's audio, there's tactile, and I try and determine which way works best for each of my students. So with one student who might be a visual learner, we'll use colors on their music, we'll draw symbols, we might draw a picture, whatever is going to be able to help them understand the music best. If somebody is an audio learner, then I'll play it, I'll have the student repeat whatever we're trying to learn. And I really try and individualize each lesson to my students in the way that they learn best so that they are able to learn the best that they can. I've given several very, very fun lessons, and the thing that makes the lessons the most fun for me and hopefully for my students is when we play impromptu duets. I have several duet books, and I love being able to just pull a book out of my bag and say, all right, you play the top part, I'll play the bottom part, and just making that music and practicing, in that we're sight reading, we're practicing sight reading, we're practicing notes and rhythms, but it doesn't seem like we're practicing those things because we're just making music together. And for me, that's the most fun thing to be able to do, is just to make music with my students. The KMEA excerpt that I just played was from the Mozart Clarinet Concerto. It's from the fast movement, and that is the most challenging thing about this movement, is that it is indeed fast. There are a lot of 16th notes, there's lots of runs, there's a lot of repetitive patterns. So the biggest advice that I can give is to slow it down. Do not start at full tempo. Make sure you start really, really slow. Once you get the notes and the rhythms down, then make sure you're doing it with a metronome at a slower tempo. One other thing that I tell my students frequently that can be applied in this piece of music, because there are a lot of runs, is if you have one note that's giving you a lot of trouble in a run or a pattern, then what I have my students do is start from the beginning of the measure and stop on the note that they're trying to fix. So hold that last note out and do that 5 or 6 times. And what that does is it retrains your fingers, it retrains your brain to play it correctly instead of making the mistake that you were trying to fix.